Hi everybody, there's been some fantastic finishes here at the Indianapolis 500. Some amazing drivers have competed here throughout the years. And today we take you behind the scenes with some of the 500 winners. There's nothing quite like a peaceful beach sunrise. This is Ryan Hunter-Reay's backyard, away from the fast-paced IndyCar lifestyle. He grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and still calls this place home.
2 dozen, please.
Ryan loves to unwind from his day job.
How you like this couch?
Yeah.
Hopping in his boat.
You have a name for your boat?
Yeah, it's Inside Line, actually.
I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of after the move at the 500.
In 2014, Ryan took the inside line and beat Elio Castroneves to the finish line to win the 500.
Ryan Hunter-Reay wins the Indianapolis 500.
And it kind of lends itself to some fishing terms as well.
The boat is powered by 4 Mercury engines, cranking out 1,400 horsepower. That's twice as powerful as his IndyCar ride. And it's a quick ride out to the deep water where we had some serious fun.
It's a great escape from anything. Once you're offshore, it's a completely different mindset. You can really detune, and that's healthy. 2
of Ryan's childhood buddies joined us for a day on the water. They know this sport very well.
Since we're, 13, 14 years old in this area, fishing and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's always been a part of my life. That was the spot I picked. That's what did it.
I think it's exactly what I was.
And it didn't take long. We were catching fish. Lots of big fish.
Yeah! Nice one.
It's Dewey.
Dave, good job, buddy.
Good job.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Non-stop fun. We got into a mess of tuna.
Looky there. Natty. Yeah, that's fun.
That's a big fish.
Pretty fish.
They keep only the best to eat.
Look at there, boys. We're having sushi. There you go.
Everything else they catch, they release.
Bam.
Got rid of that one.
We hooked into a big blackfin tuna,
Oh, he got nabbed.
only to realize that someone else was hungry too.
That's a nice blackfin.
Mr. Shark ate our lunch,
That's a
man.
nice fish. That was going to be a nice fish.
Fishing is Ryan's golf game. It's his way to relax and unwind. It gives him time to reflect and look forward as he tries to land yet another Indy 500 title.
That's the primary objective, and that's what we're focused on. That's what I think about nonstop is winning Indy. He's definitely reeling.
Paul.
Dave's Bonita Charter Tours.
All that work for you? You little punk.
Good job, bud.
I'm worn out. All right.
That does not make the edit.
Thank you so much for letting us come play. We enjoyed
Absolutely.
that.
You were actually pretty good luck.
Fishing on his days off and driving race cars for a living. It's certainly good to be Ryan Hunter-Reay.
To someone who's never been here before, how would you describe Scotland to somebody?
Perfect.
From quaint seaside towns
There's nowhere else in the world I would rather be.
to miles of rolling hills,
Obviously, a lot of other people think the same.
this is the kind of place where those who leave always come home.
It's the most wonderful place, the scenery, the people, but I think more than anything, just being home is the big thing for me.
Dario Franchitti is back home, and for the first time ever,
All right, so is this your toy barn? Is that where we're going in?
he's opening the doors to his private estate.
Oh, yeah, looky there.
packed full of Indy 500 memories. He took me on the ride of a lifetime.
This wind's gonna mess your hair up, Dave. I know.
Through his secluded property that stretches across 500 acres.
Why are you such a private person?
I don't know. When I'm working, that's one thing, but away from that, I like to just kind of do my own thing and live as normal a life as I can. And one of the great things about being in Scotland is I can get that.
Dario's drive to fame started simple. A kid with a dream and a work ethic to make it happen. Dad got him started.
He won the first race he ever competed in, and it just went from there.
From racing go-karts to dominating the IndyCar scene.
When it hits you, I think when you see the Borg Warner trophy. And so to have a small reminder here is really cool. And the milk bottles as well that I drank out of.
Dario now enjoys the spoils of success. And home is the perfect place to recuperate. Dario is a survivor.
Sato gets loose. Oh no.
Last fall, he broke his back, right ankle, and suffered a concussion. Doctors told him his racing career was over.
How did you handle that?
I mean, devastated is too strong a word, but I was pretty sad about it. And if I thought about it, I could really kind of go down that self-pity route. And then then I would look at him and think, what the hell are you, what are you going on about here? You got out in almost one piece.
We're so lucky. So lucky that he's still here.
Dario's parents were at home in Scotland and saw the crash on television.
And Dario's got nowhere to go.
I believe that divine intervention, probably, the angle it hit.
What do you remember about back in October, the horrific crash in Houston?
I mean, snippets.
But you don't remember race day? You don't remember the accident?
Nothing. No, I mean, really, about 2 weeks before and 3 weeks after is kind of a bit of a blur.
Seven months later, his memory is sharp again. His back and ankle are on the mend. Dario the decorator is now busy moving into this historic home.
You've kept everything. This is kind of fun. You even have your race suits from your 3 wins in Indianapolis.
Absolutely.
It's quite a process moving 4,000 miles back to Scotland.
You're a bachelor here in Scotland. What's that like?
It's different. I tend to rattle about the house a little bit, but it's all part of change, I guess.
I can't come to Scotland without asking you about Ashley Judd. Tell me about where that relationship is and what do you want to say about that?
We're great friends. As I think everybody knows, we got divorced last year. Not an easy decision for either of us, but we're great friends. Very, very important person in my life.
And now Dario is ready to embrace whatever comes next in his life.
Essentially, I got to live my dream. What I dreamed of as a kid, I got to do for 20 plus years. Just really great, but I was always homesick.
Dario has a new life in the place that he loves. Home.
There's no better place to be in the world.
Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Far away from the hustle and bustle of the fast lane.
Shall we?
He loves all things Italian. There you go. From opera music to fast cars. Mario Andretti is 79, and he's not slowing down. Mario's need for speed started in this small town of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, when his family moved here from Italy when he was just 15.
This is a school where I went to.
And just down the street, you'll find Victory Lane, named in his honor. Just outside of town, welcome to Mario's Mansion. Complete with a long, winding driveway.
Oh my goodness, you're crazy. When are you gonna mature? You're like a 10-year-old. That scared me.
Mario made millions with that unique driving talent and built this lavish house. It's all about hosting friends and family.
That's what really makes everything worthwhile, you know. But when you have a good, solid family life, I think everything else just has a way to just fall in the right place.
He won over 100 races in his career.
Formula One World Championship.
Just take a stroll through his house, you'll see and feel success.
It comes back to you, you know, it really does. In fact, I surprised myself many times, you know, how these moments really become vivid.
Mario started racing when he didn't even have a driver's license. In fact, he had to keep it a secret from his dad.
And when he found out that we were racing the following year, whole hell broke loose.
Down in his massive man cave.
Memories, memories.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
More spoils of success. Complete with a wine cellar.
French wines, we have Italian wines.
There are lots of photos from the past where history literally comes to life.
And here's the checkered flag for Mario Andretti.
Does that take you back just hearing that?
Oh, of course it
does it
does.
ever-
That one never gets old because there was so much meaning to that.
And here it comes, Mario. The checkered flag of victory. He's done it.
Indy was definitely the icing on the cake.
The traditional sip of milk.
I feel that we were blessed, actually, not cursed in any way. I just, I totally don't go along with that at all.
He shared this rags to riches story with Deanne,
We've been together a lifetime.
the love of his life. They were married for 56 years. She passed away last summer.
We started everything together, and she's the one that held it all together, you know, throughout. That's with Barbie and the two boys.
Mario clings to those memories and keeps on.
Oh, that's my buddy.
He shares this big house with a special friend. This is Gonzo.
He's my buddy. How about it? How about it, Gonzo? Huh? Scratchy, baby? Aw.
Do you cook in here, Mario?
And no visit to Mario's is complete without one of his favorite meals. Delivery pizza, of course.
All right, you hungry?
Mario cooked. Come on in.
I just cooked.
Veggie pizza with ground beef, along with some of that smooth Andretti wine.
Who knew we were going to be drinking wine 50 years later?
Who knew?
The 1969 champion savoring life, a life well lived.
Salute the man.
Oh yes, it's good to be Mario, 50 years later. St. Petersburg, Florida. This is where Dan Weldon called home. And this is where he fell in love with a girl named Susie.
And I still remember him there standing with Michael. He had this like black, like longer kind of like pea coat on, and the collar was like up.
Of
and his
course.
hair was all, you know. Of course, I thought he was super handsome, but it wasn't like in a million years. I kind of thought I would be on this journey now.
She was doing PR for one of Dan's sponsors and helping with Dan's busy schedule. Soon the two became an item. And the wedding followed at this fancy St. Pete hotel. The couple had two boys, Sebastian and Oliver. 10 years ago, life in the fast lane was amazing for Dan and Susie.
It's one of my greatest memories, for sure.
Weldon won his second Indy 500.
Here's my job for so many years was, this is the protocol. You win the race, you go here, you did it, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, because it was just so cool.
Trouble, contact, and a huge crash.
5 months later, a horrific crash took Dan's life.
He was a true champion and a gentleman on and off the track.
He was killed during the final IndyCar race of the season in Las Vegas. 10 years have passed, but the pain is still fresh.
In my mind, there are some times I feel no time has passed at all, because you have moments you're kind of in and out of grief, and I have 2 boys that need me, and you get up and you just keep going. Now, did I have days and you know, even the first couple years where it was just like,
Horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible, and I relied on a lot of people to kind of get me through.
My name is Oliver.
Susie and her boys are very close.
Hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
As I found out, the boys have traits just like their dad.
Yeah, old guy.
Excuse me.
Starting with those big personalities.
Actually, he's only, wait, year 4? Yeah.
And you know, now they're racing, and that's
Wait
a
a minute,
whole
did
nother-
you just tell everybody that your 2 boys are racing?
Yes, Dave.
Susie, what are we doing?
I know.
That's right, they're taking after their dad. On most weekends, you'll find them in go-karts with Mom watching from the pits.
You know, I find a lot of comfort at the track with my boys. I don't really know how to explain it, because it feels like home, and watching them out there is really something special. And people ask, how can you let them race? And I always say, it's not really my decision, it's theirs. It's always been theirs. It's dangerous, and I think the farther you go, the stakes obviously get a lot higher. So it's something that you do think about. But racing is such a different thing. I don't know how to explain it.
10 years later, the legacy of Dan Weldon is alive. The boys have natural talent.
Holy smokes, where'd you buy all these?
I got him from eBay.
They've already won many go-kart titles.
Is he always a clown?
Yeah.
The trophy case is overflowing.
It's heavy. Like baby bouldering.
Clearly, the Indy 500 is the goal.
It's in the back of your mind, you know, it's not the reason.
Oh yeah, that's a cool helmet.
I'm gonna race with this when I get older.
They obviously want to, that's the path, you know, it would be super special.
Susie Weldon is more than a survivor. She's thriving and enjoying raising 2 young men.
I can say that those 2 boys have been my saving grace like a million times over. They are such fun, and I mean, and times that's stressful.
Yeah.
That is how Dan lived. He could literally put the cards on the table and say, I did it all and I have no regrets, you know, and that to me is just a life well lived.
As we watch the next generation carry on,
I'm here to help them fulfill their dream, whatever it is.
just like their dad would have wanted.